Hi, my name is David Green. I'd like to share a story with you called 30-Ton Christmas Memory. Now, I know 1953 is a long time ago, but I am from a long time ago. I'd like to share my Pincher Creek Christmas story with you. Some of you will know what an army tank is. Kind of like a bulldozer, big tracks, but without the blade on the front. Well, this is a true story. Honest it is. The characters are real. The incident is real. The weather is as bad or good as I describe. The emotion I felt is very real. My memory tells me that the Earth seemed younger then, and the planet maybe spun a bit slower. Christmas Day 1953 was a humdinger. We'd had about 30 inches of snow overnight, building on the 10 inches of snow already on the ground. Kettle Street was a classic Christmas card scene. The storm had come in overnight on a bit of a Pincher Creek breeze, so things were sculpted. Cars, trees, fences, hedges, fire hydrants, houses, and signposts seemed to blend into one another in amazing carved whiteness. And while all that was magic, so were the presents under our Christmas tree. My brothers and I were up early, struggling with instructions not to go near the tree, please. But when it was time, there was that sudden, endless rustle of presents being unwrapped, punctuated with laughter and squeals of delight, my mother singing with Pink Crosby, and then a big breakfast of pancakes, bacon, hot chocolate, wolfed down with the excitement of outside, almost too much to bear. Picture this. The outward opening storm doors had to be forced against a wall of snow. The first guy out had to find the shovel and clear the way. The digging was a real chore, some through the hard pan of new drift, some through a couple of feet of new powder. It was clear that there was almost nothing to be done with our skis and toboggans. Our faithful little black and white spaniel dog could not be deterred, made for his favorite corner telephone pole, and soon disappeared and became only a mound of moving snow, his little stub tail periscoping up periodically. We shoveled and dug for about an hour. We were trying to figure out a location for a new snow fort when we were interrupted by a sudden roar from somewhere to the southeast of our house, a revving roar, like an airplane or train with a real bad engine. There was a metallic grinding and squealing too. This, whatever it was, seemed to be on the move. We stood. We waited. We were frightened. We were all looking down the street when a cloud of black smoke and that nasty engine roar preceded a terrible specter. Rounding the corner and crashing toward us was a military tank, complete with rotating turret gun. Well, my older brother was just grinning, but my little brother lit out for the house as fast as 3 feet of snow would allow. I was hot on his heels, screaming all the way to the back door. Mom came running. We scrambled into the house, unable to explain what was happening. My dad, in the meantime, had gone back to bed, but appeared in an instant when he heard the commotion. We raced to the living room window and stood paralyzed as this thing, belching smoke, squealing, roaring, and growling, swung from one side of the street to the other, looking like it was searching for just the right house. And then it swung toward our house, the engine settling into a deep, ground-shaking rumble as it came to a halt. My heart about stopped. I thought we were done for, somehow about to be captured. The door on top of this thing slowly popped open. An apparition appeared, swirled in mist, bundled in a fur-lined, ear-flapped hat and a khaki-colored balaclava. I watched, terrified, while the man climbed off the machine. My dad, former wireless air gunner and brave soul that he was, stepped forward to open the door as the man slowly approached. He continued toward us through the snow, up the few steps to the door, then crunched right in on creaky snow. When the bitter cold met the warm heat of the house, this apparition took on an even more fearsome countenance, wreathed in steam. We could smell strange fumes of diesel entering the house. We knew the worst was yet to come. Then, off came the fur-lined, ear-flapped hat, Off came the balaclava, and who should appear but good old Charlie McLean, now default commander-in-chief of the local armory, grinning deliriously. Well, good mornings and Merry Christmases and laughter were shared all around. Charlie spoke through his smiling face and twinkling eyes. Johnny, we just thought we would check and see if your car needed to be towed out of the drift. We're breaking trail through the whole town today. Sorry we woke you. Well, it didn't take Dad long to change into parts of some old wool Air Force battle outfit, put on his worst parka, and yep, his fur-lined ear-flap hat. He got something out of a kitchen cupboard, kissed Mom, hugged us, and off he went. We were not sure about seeing him go. We were less sure he was coming back. And the rest is easy history. That crew in their mighty machine broke through most of the drifted town streets and then did the 4-mile back and forth stretch to Pincher Station. My brothers and I followed in the tracks of that brute of a machine for about 5 miles around town on our new skis. We watched the tank stop at various houses. The now 4-man crew seemed to take an awful lot of time at each one. I could never understand that. I guess saying Merry Christmas took various forms at various places. And later in the afternoon, the crew ended up at our house in a swirl of diesel exhaust, plates of gingerbread cookies, and big mugs of hot chocolate, laughter and conversation. I will never forget my 1953 Christmas morning.